I'm Dr. L. Brown.
And I'm Ricky too.
And today we're going to talk about when I, as a parent, learned to appreciate and recognize the lens by which Ricky too saw the world as a child with autism.
And I had autism since I was a little boy, since I was actually born, and autism is very unique to me.
Oh, autism is very unique to you. How so?
Because I was born with it.
Oh, okay.
And that is my my DNA.
Oh, and that's your DNA. That makes a lot of sense to me. Well, one of the things that I learned very early on is I am not an expert on autism. I am an expert on...
Who loves a person with autism, which is me, exactly.
Right. I'm a person who loves a person with autism, which is you, exactly. And I'm a person who's an expert on advocating for an individual with autism, which is you, exactly.
Exactly.
But who is the only expert on autism?
Me, because I have the DNA for autism.
Because you have the DNA for autism. It's a part of you. So early on, as a mom, I was Ricky too's voice. I was the person who spoke for him. I was the person who defended him. And I honestly felt like I knew Ricky too best, almost better than you knew yourself. But that just wasn't right, because no one knows you better than who?
Me.
Exactly. And I learned this on Ricky too's 9th birthday, at your 9th birthday party. So to back up just a bit, the 8th birthday party that you had at Pump It Up.
Pump It Up.
And that was one of your favorite places to go back then.
Exactly.
So it made a lot of sense for him to have a birthday party at Pump It Up. His dad and I had recently divorced, and that was the first party that you were planning with your dad. Up until that point, I planned all the birthday parties. So I would find something that you were interested in, and then I would generally invite people who were my friends and their children who had played with Ricky too, or some children that I'd seen you directly engage with.
Yeah.
However, at this particular birthday party, your 8th birthday, you and your dad invited all the kids from the first and second grade class.
I thought that they're random kids. I didn't know those kids were my students.
Right. So it was one of those things where there were a lot of kids at the party, but they weren't necessarily Ricky too's friends. They just seemed to be like random kids that may have gone to his school, or random kids who might be at Pump It Up. And as a mom, I immediately noticed, and the reason why I noticed is because it was my child's birthday party, but there were pockets of children playing with each other, and no one was really playing with Ricky too, and it was his birthday party. So that made me feel some kind of way as a mama. Then he and his dad had made an agreement or had come to some type of conclusion to donate dog food at the party as opposed to giving Ricky too a gift. Again, as mom, I was like, well, perhaps Ricky too wants a gift, so
You got me like a Space Mountain kit.
Yeah, I got you a
Connect.
Right, I got you a Connect Space Mountain kit.
Like Disney.
From Disney, and I put it in the car just in case when the birthday time came around, Ricky too wanted a gift.
Everybody did like a drum roll.
And everybody did a drum roll, which he really liked before we sung Happy Birthday or after we sung Happy Birthday. Yeah. Well, walking away from that particular birthday party, I didn't feel really good as a mom. I felt like it was supposed to be a celebration of my child, but it really was not a celebration for the child I knew Ricky too to be. So when the next birthday came around, which was his 9th birthday, I decided that I was going to let you plan the entire birthday party from start to finish. And where did you decide that we should go?
Fairfax Corner, Build-A-Bear, and P.F. Chang.
So he decided that he wanted to do a birthday party at Fairfax Corner, Build-A-Bear, and P.F. Chang. So I was like, okay, we could do that. That's easy enough. And I asked him, who do you want to invite to your birthday? Because I was like, well, I usually invite some of my friends and, some kids I think that he likes.
2 friends inside that I invited.
So
L and J.
And it was 2 friends that you invited, L and J. And so with those 2 friends, I immediately got worried as a mom because I was like, well, What if they don't show up?
Don't show up, or what if they're in traffic, or what
Right.
if like they can't make it today?
Right. And I was like, that would be like half his party.
What if they had like a program going on?
Right. And so I was like, well, you're sure that you just want 2 people? And he was adamant that he wanted L and J to come to the birthday party. So I called Build-A-Bear to make reservations to have his 9th birthday, and they told me that they could not make reservations for a party because we didn't have enough people. So they were like, well, you can just come in, and if we have an associate available, perhaps that associate can like engage with the children there. So I was like, okay, well, so it can't be like a big celebration at Build-A-Bear, but I'm going to make do because Ricky too wants just 2 people.
Just 2 people.
So then I called Fairfax Corners PF Chang, and I was like, I have a birthday party for a child. And again, I was told essentially, with a party that small, just come in and sit somewhere. So I, as a mom, because I always have planned these like elaborate birthday parties, I really didn't know where to go with this. So I let him choose the cake. The day of the party came. We met at Build-A-Bear.
Yeah,
luckily,
PF Chain as well.
And we went to PF Chain as well. And luckily, we had a really great associate at Build-A-Bear. And the kids had a great time. And the first thing I noticed as mom was that they were engaging with each other. He liked the children liked him. I could easily see why Ricky too chose these 2 particular children to come to this party. Then we went to PF Chang. And so now we're at PF Chang and we're sitting down and we're eating. And at the time, Ricky too's language was still developing. And sometimes individuals would, particularly children, they would act as if they couldn't understand, or they would exaggerate the fact that what he was saying. Well, I don't want to say they were exaggerating because perhaps they just didn't understand him, but they would make a point to say, I don't know what he's saying.
And like a lion cake.
Yeah, and you had a lion cake. But at this particular party, I noticed that the children understood Ricky too, and he understood the children, and they had this wonderful back and forth conversation for the entire length of like lunch. Then the part that made like my heart explode, it came to the gift giving. And Elle got you, it was a large stuffed dog animal. You remember that?
Yeah, it had like a zipper in it, like the mouth, it can zip it shut.
Mm-hmm. And it was one of those things where, at the time, Ricky too's attachment, because many times children on the autism spectrum have attachment to inanimate objects, his attachments were stuffed animals. So this young lady knew that my son loved stuffed animals to the point he would carry them to school sometimes, and she purchased him a stuffed animal for his birthday. It was a gift that was made specifically for my child. Then it was time to do Jay's gift, and he got you like all of this stuff from Frozen. And Ricky too was like, I love it. And when he pulled it out of the bag, and I remember Jay's mom was like, when we were picking that out, I was like, I didn't think that this was something that that Ricky too was going to like. And I was like asking my son if he was sure. And he was like, trust me, Mom, he'll love it. At the time, Ricky too also had a fascination with Frozen to the point that he would have the dolls, he would carry the dolls around with him. And this child knew and understood that Ricky too loved these particular characters, and he purchased this gift specifically for my child. And again, that made my heart explode. It did. And then, boom. And then on top of that, when we were at the party, you all smashed the cakes in your face and all that. And it was like the whole party, it was quirky, it was fun. I heard Ricky too laugh from his belly. And again, my heart, Ricky too?
Exploded. Boom.
Boom. It just exploded. And when we got into the car on our way home, I was thinking like, wow, that was really probably the best birthday party that I had ever witnessed, even as an adult. And
even when there's 2 people, even when there's 3 people.
Even though it's 3 people, right. And then the other thing I realized is that while he had invited all of those children to a birthday party, the year before. Each of those children had had a birthday within the space of a year. However, Ricky 2 received 2 birthday party invitations over the course of that year, and they were from L and J. And so Ricky 2 had the presence of mind to be like, you know what? L and J like me, and I like them. And if I have a special day that I can celebrate, I want to celebrate it with the people who authentically like and appreciate me. And I was like, emotional intelligence, off the charts. And at that point, I realized that, you know, I see the world through one lens. I'm thinking party, lots of people, lots of fanfare. And my son felt like, hey, I only need to have the people around me who love me, who appreciate me, and who care about me. You have something you want to say?
And also who care about me, and also who's the most unique.
And they both had unique personalities as well. And the people that he fit in with. So from that moment forth, I never made another decision about Ricky 2's life and things that impacted Ricky 2 without conferring with Ricky 2. Because one of the things that I fully understand now is that he has a unique lens by which he sees the world. I am not an expert on autism. I have a completely different lens. I'm an expert on loving someone with autism. I'm an expert on
Taking care of someone.
taking care of someone with autism. And that's where my expertise lie. But whenever I want to know something about autism or I want to understand, I ask the expert.
Me.
Ricky 2. So we are going to invite you to have some conversations with us on our couch, casual, the way we all talk. We talk all the time. Yeah. And I hope that we're able to share some of our experiences as a family to help you along your journey as a family as well. Bye.
Bye.